Okay, guys, this is the Orlando stadium at the back there, right? The Orlando Stadium, right?
Yeah, Orlando Stadium. Yeah.
Okay, right now we are in Orlando, ne?
Yeah.
Okay,
In
which
Orlando
is
Township.
what is the difference between Orlando and Soweto?
No, it's like it's in Soweto. It's
The
just
township
a
within.
within Soweto.
Aha.
But it's more.
It's like Vilakazi Street in
Yeah, but
Katutura Hood.
Yeah, but it's the most popular township in all of
Ne?
Soweto. Yeah.
So this is basically us entering into Soweto. So, you know, have you guys watched that movie called Taxi to Soweto? Huh? Or was it the one with the Jessica Baby? Huh?
Jessica Baby, then, yeah.
Jessica Baby Hood.
Yeah.
So we're heading into the township now.
You can even see cows.
Cows? You're kidding me. It's true. My goodness, you guys have cows here?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Like how? Where do you keep the cows?
They just keep
Cattle.
They have like crows and stuff.
They have crows here?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you want to drive away from this car next to me.
This one.
No, I want to.
Oh, you wanna?
Yeah. So, okay, this is now Soweto. You know, when one hears about Soweto, you expect, you know, like Bashu scooter. If you don't understand what a Bashu is, then I'm sorry. Like corrugated iron, you know, houses and so forth. But it actually looks cool, eh? Look at this, it's clean. There's water, there's electricity. The people who live here are just normal people. The only difference was this is where all the blacks were expected to live in the times of apartheid, because you know only whites could live, you know, in town areas, and you know by the time there were curfews, so you had to be back. There's a group of boys, you know, they're just doing their thing, and you know my window is open and nobody's coming to, you know, bother me. I'm a bit surprised about that though, a little bit, but anyways, my tour guide says it is safe, so I'm going to put my life in his hands. And you know what was that guy's name? Camp Ross. Oh my gosh, he does some crazy stuff. He makes sure he goes through, you know, Camp Ross?
Yeah.
The gangs. He likes to go to the most dangerous places. But this doesn't look dangerous. I heard there's also bungee jumping here.
Yeah, there is. In Penville, we're gonna go there.
Nah?
Yeah.
And these buses, how much is this the transport to Soweto? Or what?
It's like they call it area via buses, like the cheapest transport.
Okay, how much like from
5 rand?
5 rand?
Down to Soweto.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's cheap. That's cheap. Okay.
Remember 1976?
The what?
The Hector Peterson, where they have the shooting of the school kids, 1976.
Yes,
Yeah.
like from the Sarafina movie.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
go.
MG, is it far?
No, we're gonna go. This is Vilakazi Street. So
Okay, this is Vilakazi Street. That's Nelson Mandela's, you know, the house where he, you know, grew up. I'm not grew up. He lived while he was in Soweto. That's the street we just passed now. But now let's go to another historic place. You know, when I travel personally, I don't travel to shop. I travel to see the world. I travel to revisit history. And wow, for me to go to that school, what's the school's name again?
The Hector Peterson.
Hector Peterson. I know the Peterson, yeah. That is, if most of you have watched the movie called Sarafina with Lilith Kamalo, or I don't know, Ngema, or I think she's remarried now, I don't know. And Bongeni Ngema, and you know Sarafina.
Yeah.
The what?
The Hector Peterson.
Is it this place?
Yeah.
So this is where the kids were killed and
people
murdered and all that.
Yeah, we're gonna go there, no?
Is the place is it ruined? Is the school ruined, or did they
no, it's like
recreate it?
No, they just kind of like recreated. Like, cause the kids were that's where they were shot.
Oh my goodness! So it all happened here.
It all happened here.
But I don't know. It looks too clean. Look at this, guys. This looks like I'm in Santon or something. It's clean here.
You see here, there's merchandise for the tourists.
Aha! So this is the merchandise for the tourists.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is interesting. So the school is this one here.
You know, it's like they turned it into a museum now.
Is it?
Yeah, because the kids were, that's where they were shot and stuff.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. So the movie that they shot, where did they recreate it? One of the schools, yeah.
One of the schools, but
in the.
It's here in Soweto,
Uh-huh.
but it's I'm not really sure where it is.
Let's greet these guys. How do I say? Sambonani. How are you guys? Can we take some videos of you guys? We don't understand. Huh? Huh? Everything you must pay for. Nothing for mahala. Oh. They remind me of Malema. not Malema, sorry. Maleven.
Maleven, yeah.
I put in micro oven. You're going to give or you don't give. You will give. No other way.
No other way. You pay. I'll make example.
Okay, so this is the school. Okay, jokes aside, guys. This is really a monument.
Yeah, so they call it now the Hector Peterson Museum.
Wow.
Yeah, see Hector Peterson, 1976 massacre.
Where is that written? Where is that written? Oh, there. Oh, Hector Peterson, yeah. So, but is this the school? Was it built with these bricks back then?
No, they renovate, like they actually restructured it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for bringing me here. Okay, guys. So how do I greet in what do I say?
In Sambonani.
Sambonani, Dumela. Bangani Bami. What? You see? Ikaname.
Sambonani Bangani.
Sambonani Bangani. That's good
Like
day, my
friends.
friends. Yes. Beautiful place. In fact, maybe I should buy myself one of these Nelson Mandela t-shirts.
And one thing I must tell you, like the houses here, they're going for 700,000 upwards.
One house here,
one house,
700.
Yeah, these houses in this vicinity.
These little tiny houses.
These tiny houses. It's like the most expensive.
Because you can do.
Of like
Sambonani.
Buying properties here is very expensive.
Nah.
Because of the significance of what happened with the Mandelas and all those
Oh gosh. Okay, guys. That was very, very interesting. And this is what I say, whenever we travel, guys, try go to the places that matter. Try go to a place, historic places. Going to a shopping mall, you can do that in your own country, you can do that anywhere else, but make I don't know. This is me. When I travel and I make sure that the money that I use is, gives me memories. And my memories are not going to last in a Louis Vuitton handbag that, I'm not going to be using after 5 years.
True,
so, when next time you come to South Africa, check the place out. Go to the places that you need to go to and to build your memories. Mine are built through through visiting historical places. Maybe yours are built in another way, but make sure that you do. Oh, these are the houses. This is like that house from the Sarafina movie. It looked exactly like that. Okay, guys, back in Soweto. This is Vilakazi Street, and this is the street where Nelson Mandela had his home in Soweto. The street's name is Vilakazi, and there's a restaurant, and the street is the property in this street. I'm telling you, if you own property here, you can, I don't know, you will be a multi-millionaire in 20 years, or not even 20 years, in 5 years or so. So you've got your place where they sell the merchandise and stuff, and it's quite a safe street. It is apparently one of the most visited streets in the world. Obviously, we all know why, and it's because it's Nelson Mandela Street. Well, what's the name of the street? Vilakazi.
Street.
Why is it called Vilakazi?
Okay, that I won't answer because I don't know why they call it Vilakazi Street.
Okay. Okay, once again, I'm with my tour guide, right there. He's a Namibian, but he's decided to relocate to South Africa for the meantime. But they say there's no such place as home. And when you have your fellow Namibians who come around, you want to be with them because you are just used to, you become used to the people, of the country. But then it's always nice to have, your people from home, where you can actually speak that language. But nonetheless, this is the house. This is the house where the people are. Mandela House, as you can see, it's written there. It has now basically become a museum. It does not look. Sambonani Bangani. What?
Sing for you.
You want to sing for us?
Yes. Stop the car.
Wait. Okay, guys. Okay, so this is the house. There's Vilakazi written on the bottom. That's the house. It has been changed a little bit. This is Mandela's now family restaurant that you have. The whole street is actually now become a place for merchandising and so forth, because like I said, this is one of the most visited streets in the world. And yes, this is the house. We could have imagined, back in the days. Obviously, it's not as fancy as it is now. It has been a bit renovated and pimped for the reason of tourism and tourists coming to visit the house. And so, but it looks very beautiful. So yeah, I'm Hela Nifindaka, all the way from Namibia. My second time here. I was here last night, and it's quite beautiful. So we're going to look for a parking spot, and when we find a parking spot, we're going to see if we can actually enter the house. Yeah. Till my next video. Hi, Hela Nifindaka. Today my video, I am in Soweto, in Vilakazi Street. And right now I'm at the entrance of the house where Nelson Mandela used to reside in when he lived in Soweto, the time of apartheid. And as we're walking in, there's a sign here, Mr. Cameraman. That night I returned with Winnie to number 8115. That's in Orlando West. This is the house number. It was only then that I knew in my heart I had left prison. For me, number 8115 was the center point of my world, the place marked with an X in my mental geography. These were his own words. On this side, we have a picture of, in fact, this is the exact same place, eh? There was probably a gate here. These are his daughters. This is, what's it? Zenzi. And Zenani. And yeah, we used to call that wall the stop nonsense. We were always like standing on that little concrete thing looking out to the street always. So this is the street, and this is where this little gate was. So we are entering into the house, and the cameraman will just show you around a bit. It has been renovated a little bit. This is this is Winnie, the picture of Winnie Mandela. This is the tap that they used to use. I wonder if it does it work. I wonder. Because we'll need to check. But anyways, we've got our tour guide. I forgot the name. What's your name? Dozy. Yeah. Does the tap work?
No, it doesn't.
Why not?
Because nobody stays there.
Okay. But nonetheless, you're the tour guide, Mr. Cameraman. Don't stand too far because of the voice. So tell us about the place and give us the download.
All right, cool. What I'm going to tell you is the history of Mr. Mandela and show you some of the things that Mandela received from all over the world. Great. Mr. Mandela was born in 1918, 18 July, in a small village called Mvezo, but he grew up in
Kuno.
Yes, came to Johannesburg in 1941, running away from an arranged marriage, as he was supposed to be a chief in his village.
Okay.
He came into this house in 1946. By the way, the house was built in 1945. Together with their first son, Madiba Tembegile. Madiba Tembegile passed on in a car accident at the age of 23 in 1969. Then in 1947, they had a daughter, Makaziwe. Makaziwe was born sick and passed on at the age of 9 months. Then in 1950, Mandela had his second son, Mahato. Mahato was a lawyer just like his father. He died of HIV and AIDS in 2005 at the age of 55.
Okay.
1951, Mandela became the president of the ANC, chosen by the masses because he was actively participating in politics. The masses loved him and made sure that he became their leader. Great. Then lastly, 1954, with his first wife, they had another daughter, named her Makaziwe again, in honor of the first one that passed on at the age of 9 months.
What does Makaziwe mean?
Right. Makaziwe means, let her be known. Right. She stays in America. She earned herself a PhD in anthropology from the University of Massachusetts. Then in 1953, Mr. Mandela operated a law firm of Mandela and Tambo. In their law firm, they were providing free or low-cost legal counsel to most blacks who did not have any attorney representation.
I understood that the office was also actually in this house.
The office was in downtown Johannesburg.
Okay.
Great.
But this is where it started?
This is where it started,
Yes.
and then they moved to downtown Johannesburg. Then in 1956, Mandela separated with his first wife, Evelyn. 57, they were officially divorced. The very same year, Mr. Mandela met his second wife, Winnie, and they got married in 58. Right. We'd like us to allow these guys to join us.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. But you can't pause.
Okay.
We don't pause.
Yeah.
I'll just call
So guys, this is basically, as you can see, the wall is a definition of the history. We had just have a couple of people who are joining us. So before that, I'll just show a little bit of the place. Wow. As you can see, the house. You guys can just continue because we've heard that already. Okay. We can't pause our video, that's why. The house is still made of the same bricks you can see, and guys, you can continue.
Guys, okay, wait.
We waited.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, then you can carry on with us then.
Now, well, there's something that I want to talk to you about first. Come closer. We're not in the video.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just talk to the Great. All right, guys, you know what? The Nelson one received it from a missionary school teacher because they could not pronounce his African name at the age of 9. So I'm giving you an opportunity today for the first time of your life to pronounce it for me, and it goes like holy Shasha.
Holy Klakla.
And you know what that means? Do you know what that means?
No.
It means troublemaker. That is Mr. Mandela's name.
He was naughty.
He was.
That's the name he got from his father when he was born. Holy Shasha, troublemaker. Great. He was born in 1918, 18 July, in a small village called Vezo, but he grew up in Unu. Came to Johannesburg in 1941, running away from an arranged marriage, as he was supposed to be a chief in his village. This house
That's why he was naughty.
This house was built in 1945, and Mr. Mandela stayed in it for 15 years before he was sentenced to life imprisonment. He came in here with his first wife, Evelyn, and their first son, Madiba Tembegile. Madiba Tembegile passed on in a car accident at the age of 23 in 1969. 1947, they had a daughter, named her Makaziwe. Makaziwe meaning let her be known. She was born sick and passed on at the age of 9 months. 1950, he had his second son, Mahato. Mahato was a lawyer just like his father. He died of HIV and AIDS in 2005 at the age of 55. Ladies and gentlemen, am I too fast?
No.
Then it means I'm too slow. That's good. 1951, Mr. Mandela became the president of the ANC Youth League, chosen by the masses because he was actively participating in politics. Masses loved him, and then they made sure that he became their leader. Then lastly, 1954, with his second wife, with his first wife, they had the second daughter named her Makaziwe again in honor of the first one that passed on at the age of 9 months. The current Makaziwe married to a professor from Ghana staying in Massachusetts, and she also earned herself a PhD in anthropology from the very same university in Massachusetts. 1953, Mandela operated the law firm of Mandela and Tambo. In their law firm, they were providing free or low-cost legal counsel to most blacks who liked attorney representation. It was eventually closed down by the apartheid government in 1960. 56, Mandela separated with his first wife, Evelyn. 57, they officially divorced. The very same year, he met his second wife, Winnie, and they got married in 58. 59, they had a daughter, Zenani. 60, another daughter, Zenziswa. So between 58 and 60, Mr. Mandela and Winnie Madikizela Mandela had no chance at all to watch television, as you can see. And in 1961, he went to train as a soldier in other countries in Africa, Tanzania, Tunisia, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Algeria. When he came back, he was supposed to give a report to the then president of the ANC, Mr. Albert Lutuli. He went to Lutuli's house, submitted a report, and when he tried to come back here, he was arrested in Pietermaritzburg in a small town called Howick and was sentenced to 3 years, 1 for going out of the country legally, 2 for organizing strikes, and 3 for banning his pass. Soweto. What's the meaning of Soweto?
Southwestern township.
There you are. Initially, Soweto used to be called the shanty towns because of a number of shacks that people were living in, up until in 1963 when the name Soweto was officially adopted, because this area is found on the southwest part of Johannesburg. That is why the acronym Soweto stands for Southwestern Townships. 64, Mandela was sentenced to life imprisonment, spent 27 years of his life in jail, came out in 1990, the 11th of February. When he came out, he moved back into this house, stayed only for 11 days. The reason was that it was overcrowded. The media was always here wanting interviews. By the way, the toilet was just outside here. So every now and then when you wanted to go to the toilet, the media would just jump the fence, go inside the yard with the big cameras and everything, and they'll ask questions like, "Sir, how does it feel to go to the toilet?" And he'll go to the toilet, and when he comes back from the toilet, "Sir, did you enjoy?" And Mandela said, "No, I cannot take this." He left the house because there was no peace and privacy with his family. Then we also know about the 76, what happened. The students were protesting against the introduction of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction. That is why today in South Africa we have a national holiday named Youth Day. We honor and remember all the kids who died in the Soweto uprising. 77, Winnie was banished from this house, taken to Orange Free State under house arrest for 9 years. During that time, she would come back here unlawfully, and the police found her, they beat her up till the back. And despite all of that, she continued coming back up until she defied the law and came back permanently in 1986. Any questions?
Yeah, very good.
Shall we go inside the house?
So, Winnie and Mandela had no sons?
They had no sons, only daughters.
Okay.
Yes.
How many grandchildren do they have? Okay, how many
Yo, it's lots.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's lots.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it's a whole nation.
The whole of South Africa.
Cool. So this is the house. Wow, the tap.
And what's the area called that we're in now?
Nelson Mandela moved into 8105 Colombo West with his first wife,
We call it West London.
he is an expert on the road to freedom.
I'm not allowed to be in the video currently.
So which team do you support?
When I was young, I used to come and watch Pirates.
Pirates. Yes, the oldest. It's the oldest team. Myself, I'm Chiefs. I'm a Kosi for life.
I'm a Kosi for life.
Yes.
On top of the league.
On top of the league, 30 points. Pirates trading 27.
Do you remember Shakes Mashaba?
Yes, Shakes Mashaba.
Play with him.
You played with him?
Yeah, but after he's finished the professional,
Oh,
he's coming down to play Benoni.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shakes Mashaba.
so what team were you playing for?
Benoni Gardens.
Ah, so when did you see you on television?
Yeah, I played ball professionals on TV before the Kaiser Chiefs Soweto Pirate game. 1980 something.
Ah,
Yeah.
so now you training the youth.
Yeah, I'm too old now.
Right, welcome to Mandela House, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see out here, there's no ceiling, down here no tiles, and there are no internal doors. This is just how the house was built in 1945. When you moved into it, you were supposed to add some of the things that were not there. The family did that, and when Mandela came out of prison, he said all of this should be removed because he wanted everybody from all over the world to see the original form of the house. Great. Behind you, sir, we've got a kitchen. These are some of the stoves that they were using, the welcome dovers. These are very warm in winter. You can use coal or wood to cook as well as bake. And down there's the dustbin lid that was used by the youth as a shield. In 1976, as you can see, there's a bullet hole in there. So the person who was carrying this is counted among those that are resting peacefully in their graves. And behind the door, this is Mr. Mandela's second son, the one who died of HIV and AIDS. Mahato is his name. He was a lawyer representing Standard Bank. He was more into alcohol and ladies. Now and then he would come here and make parties, and they suspect that's how he got infected with the virus. There's Mr. Mandela when he was inaugurated as the first black president of the country in 1994, the 10th of May. This is the last picture that Mandela took in this house, taken in 1961, before he went to other countries to train as a soldier and before he was sentenced to life imprisonment. And on the extreme right is the first picture that he took in this house when he came out of prison. So the difference between the two pictures, in my opinion, is in the hair.
It's in the hair. Okay.
And then down here, as you can see, there's sort of a white line. This was a partition separating the kitchen from the living room. Later, Winnie Mandela removed this, replaced it with a brick wall. The reason she had a brick wall here was to protect herself when bullets were flying in through the window from the police wanting to kill her and the daughters, because the intention was to make this gentleman suffer while he was in prison.
From here to there.
Yes, to there. And on top of the table are awards and tributes that Mr. Mandela received from different organizations and other countries for his contribution in the fight against apartheid. by the way, this furniture is original. Before this house was petrol bombed 2 times. Winnie had donated it to another family across the street, and when it was turned into a museum, she went there, negotiated, bought it back, and you can see there she is sitting on one of the chairs in 1977.
Okay.
Can you join us, sir? How are you?
Fine.
Great.
I've got a couple more people coming.
Well, you've got a couple of more people coming. Now you'll get another guide. They'll call
Okay.
another guide for you. Great.
Thank you.
Up here is a beautiful picture. This is called Matiba Babes. As you can see, there's Mr. Mandela, great-granddaughter. First daughter, Zenani, together with Winnie. Another daughter, Zinziswa. 1, 2, 3 granddaughters. They're not all here. Just this day, they were visiting him and then they took a picture. And then this is Mr. Mandela's great-granddaughter, the one who died in a car accident in 2010 before the start of the Soccer World Cup at the age of 13. Great. Mr. Mandela's mother, her name is Yosekemi. She died of heart attack in 1968. That time Mr. Mandela was still in prison. He wrote a letter to the prison authority asking them to allow him to go out and pay his last respect to his mom, but the prison authority just said no. The following year, his son died in the car accident. He wrote another letter with the same reasons, and the prison just said, what did they say?
No.
No. Come this way, the main bedroom. What I'm going to do, I'm going to explain everything to you, and then I'll lead you around the house. You can walk on your own, take as many pictures, and read as much info as you can. Just give you the highlights of this house. Right, this is not the original bed. The original one was burnt in the fire when this house was bombed. What you're seeing on top of the bed here are 12 jackal skins. These represent Mr. Mandela's chieftaincy, as well as supposed to be a chief in his village. By the way, Mandela is a Xhosa, and the Xhosas believe that a jackal is more wiser than a lion, so they choose the skin of a jackal rather than that of a lion, because a lion is full of strength, but less of intelligence. And these are the doctorates and honorary degrees that Mandela received from different universities for his sterling work in the fight against apartheid. And on the wall here, written State of Michigan, is an apology from the State of Michigan. They are apologizing for the CIA took part in arresting Mandela in 1962. So they're saying they're sorry for the 3 decades that Mr. Mandela spent in prison.
Doesn't help much, but okay.
Yeah, well, an apology is better than nothing.
Better, I guess.
Yeah.
But still.
Great. Hey, come on. Let's go inside the children's bedroom. Can you see this gentleman who's playing for Jomo? Yeah.
I play against Tomo too. Oh, yeah, she's brilliant at
Brilliant player, né?
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant. Karakara, King Karakara.
Yeah.
We name him Karakara. Great. By the way, this is the children's bedroom. Mandela was a boxer. He wanted to be the world champ, but did not realize his dream as his entire life was involved in the struggle. So this belt that you see here, ladies and gentlemen, is a donation from Sugar Ray Leonard from America. So it means Mr. Mandela is the world champ because nobody has challenged him for this. There he is in Algeria training as a soldier. These are his boots that he left in Tanzania. Some of him, Mr. Mandela's second wife, the then president of the ANC Women's League, first wife Evelyn, passed on in 2004 at the age of 82. The reason they separated with Mr. Mandela is that she was a Jehovah's Witness and her religion did not allow her to partake in politics. And then this side is a gift from China, a gift from Chile. That's the picture of the burial of Stephen Bantu Biko. Yes, he was a medicine student and a leader of Black Consciousness Movement, killed by the police in 1977. And this is the Soweto Stock Exchange. As you can see, there are different currencies in there. Everybody's trading in. Right, the dividends are just satisfaction, just gifts, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful portrait from Kenya. It shows Mr. Mandela moving from Robben Island across the ocean into land where the shackles get opened and then he walks free. It also says, oh sorry, you take my picture in there.
I got you in
We
there.
got in there. Right. It also says Mandela is bigger than the island itself. Beautiful. This is brilliant artwork. Up there, Mandela together with Archbishop Desmond Tutu. They are both the Nobel Peace Prize winners. Mandela receiving his in 1993, and sharing it to the then President of South Africa, Mr. F.W. de Klerk, Mandela together with Fidel Castro, and that is when they made a deal to say they'll be taking students to Cuba from South Africa to learn medicine in tribute of Biko, because Biko died before he became a medical doctor. Great. Let me show you the plot holes outside and talk about the tree, and then I give you some opportunity.
Biko wanted to be a lawyer as well.
And all she said, I don't know what is happening in my life. I don't know what is happening in my life. She kept repeating that.
One journalist, Yako Landa, yeah, Mama Tafela Horo, just Mutaka and Futubana, Classy, Liberato, then Matufela.
Guys, come this way. Are we all here? Right, this tree, originally from Australia.
What?
Bullet house. Oh, sorry.
The name of the tree is, in Australia they call it a bottle brush.
So these are bullet holes.
The technical name is Melaleuca. What's interesting
Where
is
all the
that
pictures are.
every time when a child was born here, they would take the umbilical cord of a child and bury it under this tree. It is their tradition, and also they believe that they are introducing their kids to the Mandela ancestors. And by the way, Mandela got married 3 times. First Evelyn, second Winnie. Right now he's married to Graça Machel. And Graça Machel is the widow of former Mozambican President Samora Machel. And she's the only woman to be written in the World Guinness Book of Records, because she got married to 2 different presidents from 2 different countries. She's the first lady for that one and the first lady for this one. Great. So, ladies and gentlemen, fortunate enough, we've come to the end of our tour. I really enjoyed working with you. You've been a fantastic team of tourists. You can walk around, take as many pictures as you like. And should you wish to thank me, you are more than welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are we allowed to tip you?
That's what he was saying indirectly. Okay, hold on.
Even if he supports the wrong team.
Keep that.
Yeah, thanks. Oh my gosh. So guys, this is the tour of Mandela's house. Just imagine back in the days. Yo. This is where all the, right at the corner. Oh my gosh. So, you know, the guys could probably shoot from that angle, this angle, and from the other side. Amazing. So, that kind of ends our tour. Till next time. Guys, I'm in Johannesburg, and you know I'm a tourist. Namibia's biggest tourist, and I'm here at Soccer F&B Stadium, Soccer City, and this is just on the outskirts before you hit Soweto, the real Soweto in Johannesburg. And this is where, you know, history has been. Which one is this one? Is this the Orlando Stadium, or is it? This was built for the World Cup. Okay.
So they call it the calabash.
So I'm with my friend, Mr. Zaka. So he's also a Namibian, and yeah, he's decided apparently to kind of relocate to SA. Only he knows why. And it's me again. Hello. So yeah, this is this is actually the stadium. And what's on this side?
Okay, this is the parking for the stadium.
Oh, this is the parking.
Yeah, and here also this side is the parking. Yeah.
So now tell me, what happens here? Like what? You can just drive a bit faster. Like what? Okay, now that the World Cup is over.
Yeah.
What happens here? I heard Lady Gaga was here.
They also like have several shows. They had Lady Gaga here in Lincoln Park.
Okay.
From like 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
And then
what's the date today, anyways?
It's today's the 11th.
11th of December, 2012.
Yeah, it's now a multi-purpose venue now. It's not only for football, so for shows and stuff. And they even had on the 10th of October they had the New Zealand versus the Springbok here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry to ask this, as in the rugby. as in majority of the fans are actually white,
Yeah.
as in Boer.
Boere, yeah.
So they came all the way here, close to Soweto. That is Soweto, by the way, we're seeing in the background there. They came here. Wasn't it a big media spectacle? And weren't the people complaining that it's going to be held basically in Soweto?
Yeah, it was a bit, but the thing is like now, what they got the white people got the confidence from 2 years ago when they had to play the Super 14 the final
Okay.
in Orlando in Soweto. So
Okay.
now they're used to it.
Okay.
For them, it's not a big issue to be in Soweto
and
any longer.
and when you do have your shows and whatever here or whatever, how's what's the safety like? You know, especially the time of the World Cup, everybody was going on, wow, we don't know, South Africa is the most dangerous, especially Johannesburg. So what safety-wise, how safe would I be?
Okay, honestly speaking,
Yes.
the safest place to be like in South Africa, in the south of South Africa. Like
Okay.
Soweto. Technically, Soweto is very safe.
You mean south of
Yes.
Joburg?
Yes, sorry, south of Joburg, sorry.
Okay.
It's
So
very
you are
safe.
saying Soweto is safe?
Yeah, very, very safe. It's the safest actually.
Okay.
It's more safer than Sandton.
Okay. Last night we went to Vilakazi. I went to visit the Nelson Mandela home. Or, I mean, not home, but where he grew up or where he lived.
When he left.
Yeah. And somebody said to me, you know why Soweto is safe? It's safe because the people who probably do the crime go out of the township and actually go and do whatever activities, criminal activities in the north, which is in the center of town. Places like Sandton and and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but okay, I've been staying in Sandton for a while and I've found it very nice. Or maybe it's because,
Yeah, like in the
I'm also streetwise.
Yeah.
Ek is 'n ander cherry ek. Niemand sal vir my aanraak.
No, you very tough.
So yeah, so guys, this is it. For those who never got a chance to actually, come out for the World Cup in Johannesburg. In fact, I only had the opportunity, and I'm very grateful of having such an opportunity to have attended the World Cup, but it was only in Cape Town. So this is Johannesburg. This is where it was all happening. You can imagine what was happening over here and the parking, the chaos. But it was actually not chaotic. It was good. So keep tuned to my YouTube clips. My next clip and my next video will be the video of the Nelson Mandela house in Soweto, Vilakazi Street. Or what is it called?
Yeah, Vilakazi Street.
Yeah. Ciao, ciao, guys. Love you guys loads. Mwah.